Hello and welcome to a puzzle map that's been out for a little bit, but it was really impossible to finish a while ago when I first tried it, and apparently it's been fixed. At least it's updated. It's Lady and the Tiger by Brozziest. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, the first part worked. It was like a simple logic puzzle type quest. It still seemed interesting in a way, so I wanted to play it. But there was a bug, and so I couldn't. And now there might not be a bug anymore, so we'll try. One Day, a King Read, The Lady or the Tiger by Frank Stockton. I don't know the book, so the reference of this is completely lost on me. This gave him what he thought was an excellent idea. This is a perfect way to try my YouTube prisoners, only I won't leave it to chance. I'll have signs on the doors of the rooms, and if, in each case I'll tell the prisoner certain facts about the signs. If the prisoner is clever and can reason logically, he'll save his life and win a nice bride to boot. Minister, excellent idea. Here we go. Trial 1, Dan TDM's trial, and you always pick, like, you get the role of the. Oh, I still have that resource pack on. I didn't even look at anything in the map. But probably a lot of stuff looked weird. Didn't notice. Alright, so we're Dan TDM now. And Gilbert tells us the rule. Is it true what the signs say? One of them is true, but the other one is false. And we have two signs. In this room, there's a lady. In the other room, a tiger. And then this one says, in one of these rooms, there's a lady. In one, there's a tiger. So if this one is true, then this one would be false, which means the tiger is in this room, and the lady is in this room. And if this one were false, in one of these rooms there's a lady and in one there's a tiger, then the whole puzzle doesn't make any sense. Because if this was true, if this is false, then the whole premise doesn't work. So this one has to be the true, this one has to be the true one, so this one has to be the false one. So we go for this door. Sunday. Alright. The rules may have changed. Let's ask Gilbert. Are the statements on the signs true, homie? They are either both true or both false. Alright, a tiger is in the other room. At least one of these rooms contains a lady. Again, if this one were true, if this one were false, I mean, that would mean there's no lady, so no way to solve the puzzle, so this has to be true. Therefore, both are true, which means the tiger is in the other room, means the lady is in this room, so we go for here. Sweet, Stampy. Are those signs telling the truth? They are either both true, both false again. Both rooms contain ladies, and this room contains a tiger. If this is true, and this is true, that doesn't work, because it can't both contain ladies and this one can contain a tiger, so they both have to be false, which means that this room has the lady. Yesterday was a fiasco, and this is where the map broke when I first tried it. This doesn't work. Now it works. All three prisoners solved their puzzles. Well, we have 5 trials coming up today, and I think I'll make them a little tougher. Excellent idea. The rules may have changed, yes. Jerome. And the thing is that there's a thing that prevents you from getting, from changing your game mode, and there's also a thing that teleports you into the same spot every tick. Like there's a clock, or maybe it's not every tick, but there's a clock running that teleports you into that spot where you watch the king and his minister. So there was no way I could fix the bug, even though it's probably pretty easy to fix, which kind of annoyed me. But alright. What can you do? What can you do? Now it works. Oh, where's Gilbert? Over here. Do I listen to the signs? Take notes, kid. If a lady is in the left-hand room, then the sign on the door is true, but if a tiger is in it, the sign is false. The situation is reversed. For the right-hand room, if a lady is in the room, then the sign on the door is false, but if a tiger is in it, the sign is true. Good luck. Baka? Becca? Chewbacca? Is that a reference to, because that's Chewbacca skin? I don't know. Alright, so if both rooms contain ladies, both rooms contain ladies. Alright. So if there's a lady in this room, in the left room, then the sign is true, which would mean that both rooms contain ladies. which would mean that there's a lady in the right-hand room as well, which would mean that the sign is false. That's weird. Which would mean that they are contradicting themselves. So if you assume that this one is false, if you assume there's a tiger in this room, and the sign is false, which means only one room contains the tiger, this one, and the other contains a lady, this one. Now there's a lady in the second room, which means that the sign is false. Both rooms contain ladies is false, it's only this one. So yeah, this one is the right one, I think. Yes. That's a bit complicated. It's not super hard yet, but kind of complicated. Okay, what's next? Oh, who are we? Woofless? Woofers? I have no idea. What's the rules with the signs? Same rules as the Bacchus. If a lady is in the left-hand room, sign is true, and reverse for the other one. Good luck, pal. I promise no hackers to bust here. It's probably a reference that I don't get. Okay, so if a lady is in here, the sign is true. At least one room contains a lady. If we have a lady in here, then this is true, which doesn't tell us much. But it also would mean that this room contains a tiger. Not necessarily, though. Unless, I mean, that's the overall rule of the game, that there's one lady and one tiger, right? Or are there scenarios where there are two ladies and two tigers? I'm not sure. The other room contains a lady. So for that to be true, there would have to be a tiger in here. And if there's a lady in here, then this is false. Which would mean that there's a tiger in here, which would mean that this is false. At least one room contains a lady, would be false, which is not right, so it can't be. So this has to be true. Right? This has to be true so that this can be true. Yes. Kenny's trial. Let's see, who's Kenny? I don't know. I don't know any YouTubers. Alright, let's go. What do I do with the signs, dude? Tired of repeating this? Same? Yeah, then don't tell me to talk to Gilbert every time if Gilbert is tired of... Ah, good luck not dying, Kenny. Is it actually the same? Ladies in the room, as far as tiger and true. Okay, it is the same rules. It makes no difference which room you pick. There's a lady in the other room. So if that is true, that means there's a tiger in here. It means that there's a lady in the other room, means that this sign would be true. It makes no difference which room you pick, which would mean that there's a lady here, which may, no, it's okay, so it can't be. So this can't be true. This has to be false. Or wait. If this is true, if this is false, it makes no difference which room you pick. It does make a difference. That means that there's a tiger in here. And that means that this is, yeah. This has to be it, right? Because if this one were true, if there's a tiger, if there were a tiger in here, that would mean that there's a lady here, because that would be true then. And then that would be true, which means that this can't be true, yeah. So this has to be it. Sweet. Preston. As at least someone I've heard of. I mean, I've heard of the NTTM and Sandy and Stampy, but yeah. Don't be a dual banger and help me out here. All I can say is what I told the others. If lady left hand, then true tiger force. Same with the other. Same with the other room, but inverted. All right. It does make a difference which room you pick. So if we have a lady in here, and it does make a difference, then would be a tiger in here, which would mean that this sign is true as well. You are better off choosing the other room. which is also true and conclusive, right? Because if there were a lady here, then this would be false, which would mean that there's a tiger in here, which would mean it doesn't make a difference. Which it does, though. Because if it didn't make a difference, then yeah, they would both be the same. So we assume that this is true and this is true, which means the lady's here. Sweet, and now Tom? Who's Tom? I don't know, looks like a weird zombie. There are no signs above the door. Oh yeah, I haven't had time to put them up yet. That's the route. How do you expect me to choose? Well, the signs are here next to me. Yeah, I see that, but which door do they go to? If you think about it, I don't need to tell you. Just know that it's different from the other rooms. If a tiger is in the left-hand room, then the sign on the door is true. But if a lady is in it, the sign is false. The situation is reversed for the right-hand room. If a tiger is in the room, then the sign on the door is false. But if a lady is in it, the sign is true. What? Good luck and may Dianite help guide your decision. So I don't know which sign goes to which door. If a tiger is in the left-hand room, then the sign on the door is true. Okay, so if left-hand room, if this were the sign for the left-hand room, and there is a tiger in there, then it would be true. Yeah. Which means that there would be the lady in the other room. Which would mean that both rooms contain tigers would be true. That can't be. So the left room has to contain the lady, which would mean that the sign is false. Which means that the other room contains a tiger, which means the sign is false as well. So left is where we go. Sweet. Confound it. All 5 prisoners won. I think tomorrow I'll have 3 rooms instead of 2. I'll put a lady in one room and a tiger in each of the other 2 rooms, and we'll see how the prisoners fare. Excellent idea. Your conversation, though flattering, is a bit on the repetitious? Wouldn't it be repetitive? Repetitious? I guess that works too. Repetitious side. Excellently put. Alright. Backlington. No idea who that is. There's a button here. Why is there a button here? Just decoration, I guess. Lots of fishermen. Oh, it's... Oh, I guess it's a guillotine. That makes sense. What context are these signs in? At most one of the 3 signs are true. 2 doors contain tigers and only one has a lady. Good luck, Mr. Wizard. At most one of the signs is true, okay. One is true, right? A tiger is in this room. A lady is in this room. A tiger is in room 2. So if you say that this one is true, that would mean that there's a tiger in here, which would mean that this is false, which would mean there's a tiger in here, which would mean that this is false, which would mean that there's a lady in here, which doesn't work. So this can't be true. If you say this is true, then there's a lady in here, and this is false, there's a lady in here. So that doesn't work. So if this is true, there's a tiger in here, this is false, and this is false. This false meaning that there's a tiger in here, this one false meaning that there's a lady in here. There we go. Brozziest, the map maker. Good, well, what's going on? Only one room has a lady, 2 have tigers. The sign on the door of the room containing the lady is true, and at least one of the other 2 signs are false. You got this. Okay. 1 lady, 2 tigers. the lady room is true, and one other one is true. Oh no, not necessarily. One is like one has to be false. The other one might be false. I don't know. And at least one of the other two signs is false. Okay, so if you say lady is in here, then this is true. A tiger is in room 2. A tiger is in this room would be true then. And the tiger is in room 1 would be false. So this is a lady in here. That would work. Because then this is true, this is true, this is false. So one of them would be false. The lady room would be true. That could work. Let's see. A tiger is in this room. If this had the lady in it, then it would be false. So that doesn't work. Lady in here means that a tiger is in room 1. And that would be true. And that would be true. So it can't be that. So this has to be it. Sweet. Taka's trial. Who's Taka? Looks like the Pokemon skin. What's he called? I don't know. Hey man, what's the deal with the signs? This one is special for you. One of the rooms has a tiger, another one has a lady, and the third is empty. Okay, and what's the deal with that? Well, if you choose a tiger, you die. If you choose the lady, who happens to be OMG, it's Firefox, you get freedom and her. And if I choose the empty one, well, then you are free, but the king has ordered to behead Firefox if you choose the empty one. So how do I know what room to choose? The sign on the door of the room of the lady is true. The sign on the door of the tiger is false, and the empty room could be either true or false. I hope you don't get tuckered out by this problem. Okay. Lady is true, tiger is false, the other one is either. Okay. This room is empty. If that had the lady in it, that would be true, so that can't be the lady in this room. The tiger is in room 3. If you have the lady in here, it would be true, which would mean there's a tiger in here. Which would mean that this is false, which would mean that this isn't empty, which doesn't work because it has to be empty, because there's a lady, there's a tiger. If you have the lady in here, room 1 is empty. This is true. The tiger in here would mean this is false, which it is, so that is it. Come on. Horrible. All 3 prisoners solved it. Well, we have only one more trial to go. But this time I'll really give this prisoner, a run for his money. Alright, Sparkles trial. Well, yeah, Captain Sparkles, I know at least. Kind of. I've watched some stuff. Alright, that looks complicated. Wow, there are a lot of doors and a lot of people. I like the inconsistent spelling of a lot. Right here and then wrong here. Hi Sparkles, you will notice 9 rooms. Only one room has a lady in the other 8. Each contain either a tiger or are empty. The sign on the door containing the lady is true. The signs on the door of the rooms with tigers are false, and the signs on the doors of the empty rooms can be either true or false. Okay, I can still pick an empty door and live. Sweet. I wouldn't choose an empty room. If you go free, the king has sentenced your body, Cherry the Slime, to death. Oh no, where do I even start? There are so many rooms. I'll give you some help. First off, if part of a sign is false and part is true, the whole sign is false. Also, you would need to know if room 8 is empty or not. Gilbert whispers to Captain Sparkles if room 8 is empty or not. What? Alright. The lady is in an odd numbered room. Oh man. So the lady makes the sign true, the tiger makes it false. And the empty ones are either or. And we don't know how many tigers. Okay. So if the lady were in here, then this would be true. The lady is in an odd numbered room, which would make sense. Because that's one that's an odd number. That would work. That would make sense still. Alright. And this room is empty. Okay. I can't really do much with that information. Either sign 5 is right or sign 7 is wrong. Okay, that doesn't help me at all right now. Sign 1 is wrong. Yeah, but that doesn't really matter. Either sign 2 or sign 4 is right. Sign 3 is wrong. The lady is not in room 1. But that R doesn't matter. The thing is, wait. The sign on the door containing lady is true. Tigers are false, and the signs on the doors of the empty rooms can be either or. So I can't really do anything with that information. This room has a tiger, and room 9 is empty. This room has a tiger, and 6 is wrong. How do I even start this? This is complicated. Okay. The thing is that the signs on the doors of the empty rooms can be either true or false. So if this has a tiger in it, this room has a tiger. Can't be true. So there's no way this is true. So the entire sign is wrong, which would mean that sign 6 is right. Which would mean that sign 3 is wrong. Which means, what does that mean for that? If this is wrong, then what does it mean? Does it mean that both of those are inverted, or just, I mean, I don't know for sure. Because it's either or. I don't know. Oh man, okay. But yeah, there's no way for this to be true, right? Because if there's a tiger in it, then the sign is false. But the sign says the room has a tiger, so it can't be that. And if it's empty, it could be true, but then this room has a tiger would be wrong. So that doesn't work, because it's empty. So it's definitely false. It either has a tiger and is false, or it's empty and therefore false. But it's definitely false. This room has a tiger and 9 is empty. This room has a tiger. If this room has a tiger, then this sign is false. So this room is empty. 8 is empty. Wait, so 8 is empty. Which means that 9 is not empty, 9 has a tiger. And therefore it's false. 6 is wrong. So 6 is wrong is a true statement. Which means that 3 is wrong. But that doesn't get me much farther, does it? Because I don't know, I'm not sure how to deal with this if the either or in the sense that the sign is wrong. Does it mean that both of those are wrong? Both statements are wrong? Because it doesn't really say that. Like it says only one of those two statements is right. And now I say this is wrong. But how does that? Yeah, I don't know. Does it mean that both statements are wrong? Probably does, right? So 5 is wrong and 7 is right. 5 is wrong, 7 is right. 5 is wrong, 7 is right. It is not in room 1. If that's right, then that means that this is, I still don't know if it's wrong or right. It could be empty. And then it could be true. This room is empty. It doesn't tell me much. If it's empty, it could could be empty because empty things can be true. It could have a tiger because then it would be wrong. The sign that would also be true, but it definitely doesn't contain a lady. So 2 is definitely not a lady. You can rule out 2. So 5 is wrong. Either sign 2 or sign 4 is right. They're both wrong. Which means that this has a tiger, and means that this is wrong, which means sign 1 is right. So the lady is in an odd numbered room, but it's not in room 1. How many do we have left? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. It's not in 1. It's not in 9. 3, 5, 7. Can't tell. Can't tell. Can't tell. How do I do this? This is tricky. So 8 definitely is empty. And 9 has a tiger. No, it can't have a tiger. Wait. Wait. This room has a tiger, and 9 is empty. If this room had a tiger, then this would be wrong. But it can't have the lady, because then this would be true, and then the room has a tiger. It can't be true if the lady's in there. If this has a tiger, then it would have to be force. This room has a tiger, would have to be force, which it wouldn't be because there's a tiger in there. So 8 has to be empty, which means that this sign is force, which means that room 9 is not empty, which means 9 has to have a tiger. But if 9 has a tiger, then this is true. That doesn't work at all. There's what? I can't. Either I am making a mistake here, or there's something wrong with the logic here. This room has a tiger, and room 9 is empty. There can't be a lady in there, because then lady means the sign is true, and the sign says there's a tiger in there, so that can't work. There can't be a tiger in there, because if the tiger in there, the sign has to be force. Unless it's just the combination of the things is force, not in. Wait, how does it? This is a weird thing. If part of a sign is force and part is true, the whole sign is force. Okay, so that means that there's a tiger in there. No, it can't. What does it mean? This is so confusing. This is really confusing me now. Why? This room has a tiger. If there's a tiger in there, then this room has a tiger would be true. And then this one would have to be force in order for the sign to be force, which would be required, if there's a tiger in there. Which would mean that room 9 can't be empty, which would mean that room 9 has a tiger. And if this is empty, then the sign is force. But the weird with the end stuff is that if this is empty, then this part is force. So the sign is definitely force, but it doesn't matter. This second part could still be true. This room has a tiger and 6 is wrong. So there could be a tiger in there. It would just mean that sign 6 is right. Is that what we did before? We assume 6 is right. Yeah, and then 6 says 3 is wrong, which is right. So that's what we did, right? Sign 3 is right. No, sign 3 is wrong. But then just one of those has to be wrong. No, it's not an and, it's an or, so both have to be wrong. So 5 is wrong and 7 is right. 5 is wrong, which means that both 4 and 5 are wrong. 4 and 2, I mean, are wrong. Which means sign 1 is right and sign 2 is not, this is not empty, so there's a tiger in there. Ah, wow, this is messing with me. I thought this would be easier. We need to make a decision soon. Ah. Sign 3 is wrong. So 5 is wrong. 7 is right. 7 says the lady's not in room 1. Alright, and for that to be true, it would either have to be empty or have the lady. So 7 is either empty or has the lady. Nine has a tiger, 1 doesn't have the lady. We don't know anything about what's inside of 3. We know that 3 is... Sign 3 is wrong. So the lady can't be in there. We know that sign 5 is wrong. So this can't have the lady. So the lady has to be in 7. I think. Did you do it? I think so, right? Who's Frederick? Set up to have the berry beeper. Okay. No one will ever forget those who... I don't know, I didn't read that. Charles Memorial. Fell on his shover. Alright. I know I won't. Wait, so... That's it? Did I do it? I think I did it, right? That's just really like that. I don't know. The last level wasn't easy at all. Charles Shower. Oh, there's nothing here. That's sad. I thought I would get to dig up some graves. So yeah, that last room really wasn't easy. Why am I farting? Come on. Is this 7? No. Where's 7? Over there. Who's that? Lady Ionite, okay. Blindness. Teleport. Hard particles. Just some text, I don't know. Oh, that's Cherry dying, right? Alright. So I guess we did this all without failing, right? Yeah. Sweet. That was... Who's that? Head. Okay. Oh, does it actually spawn a tiger that kills me? Let's see. What's that ID? Custom name Tigger. Yep, that's what the tiger scar is for. So was there only one room with a tiger? That's Cherry. Oh, it's just a tiger too. It's 2 tiger rooms. Alright, I guess whatever. It was just 3 tiger rooms. Okay. The rest were empty. Alright, yeah, that's it for the lady and the tiger. We did alright. That last level confused me. Somehow I forgot what I had already established. And like it wasn't even wrong. I don't know, I confused myself. Either way, we did it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.